Hey guys, what's going on tonight? Thank you for joining me. Uh, I feel significantly better than last week. Thank you for asking, Joseph. But just last week was pretty bad. This week has been great so far. So thank you guys for joining me. Uh, Let me say hello to everybody over here in the chat: Jim, Barry, Carlos, Joseph, Michael, Trey. Uh, let's see, Barry again, Charlie. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me again. Hopefully we have a good time this evening. May not be very long. I had another show lined up for tonight with a guest that was going to be really fun, and it's going to be really fun, hopefully next week. But something came up, and he had to reschedule with me at the last minute. So I just kind of set up here in my bedroom, and this is where I'm currently building the 35th scale Dora kit. And my wife allowed me to bring the massive kit into the room because we like to watch TV together and here at night. So I figured, if I set up and build this in here, maybe I'll actually get more time to work on it. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, next week I'm hoping to have my guest on that as soon as he confirms with me that it's a go for next week, I will send an email out and let everybody know what that is. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a manufacturer. It's the owner of a model kit manufacturer, and we're just going to talk about the history of his company and how he got started in that. So I'm looking forward to that. So if that works out, we'll do it next week. I'll send an email and you'll know about it. It'll be 9 o'clock again next Wednesday. Um, but for tonight, I've got this other. There we go. So you see my little work area over here that I've got, and this Dora kit. I've been driving myself crazy with all of these. This is what I've been working on. It's just so many parts, and I mean, look at this thing. I've got it sitting here in the box, and it's got so many parts. It's insane how big this thing is. And just look at the size of some of these pieces. It's huge. So I definitely did not have enough room um, in my normal model area. So I had to figure out somewhere to spread this thing out, and the bedroom fit the bill. So here we are. The one thing that I wanted to show you guys, let's see how I can do this. All right, here we go. So in the kit, as big as this kit is, you would just think, or I did anyway, that it's got everything that you could possibly need, and the instructions are very cool. It's got a let's open it up here. It's got a history of the gun. One of the only, if not the only, color photograph of the thing, or at least the only one that I've seen, is there. It's very cool. History of the gun, and believe it or not, there are actually two of these guns, and there was a third one being built. Um, and Dora was the second one, and didn't quite do as much as uh, the first one. There's I'm not going to try to pronounce the word, or I guess it will, the Schwerer Gustav. However, if I were German, maybe I could say that better. But those were the two guns, and then it's got some nice pictures of the real machines, and the model kit is just absolutely huge. So you would think that it's got everything that you would want, right? Here's all the parts layout, and it's just the parts layout just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And then you get over here to the end of it, and you see it's got a little bit of photo etch. But what is one thing that most kits have? Decals. There are no decals in this kit whatsoever. And you might think, just looking at it, it's like, well, what kind of decals could you need? Well, if you start looking at the pictures, and there's not a lot of pictures of this thing, but if you start looking at some of the pictures of the real guns, okay, here we go, and you look close, down, let's see if the camera will get back in focus. Down on the train car carriers, or whatever, there's all sorts of words everywhere, just names of things, probably instructions, cautions, all that kind of stuff. And you start looking at these things, there's a lot of decal opportunity for this massive kit. So I found a company that I didn't know about until finding this, called, and maybe some of you know about this company, called Petting House Decals. I guess that's how you say it. And these decals are really cool. They are for this kit, and it's a huge sheet of decals. It's like, I forget what it is, like $50 or something, 40 or $50. So it's not a cheap set of decals, but you spend $800 on the kit. What's another $50 on some decals, right? But you start looking at everything this has, and it's got, sure enough, just like the pictures show, it's got the names of each one of the rail carrier cards. It's got all sorts of stuff like that. And then it's got on every piece, it's got all these different caution tags, dimensions, sizes, all this stuff that I didn't even realize was on there. And you may not be able to tell it very good if I can catch the light. The names are all kind of a almost like a silverish color. They're not white. They're kind of really, really light gray, and they have a silverish sheen to it. And like the caution uh, decals there, they have a metallic silver printing on the decal. So it's a really, really well done decal set. So that's gonna really add to this kit, I think, and I'm pretty excited about that. And yes, we did set up with this company to be a dealer for them, so those decals are available at squadron.com. I've got, I don't know, maybe a dozen sets of the decals in stock at the moment, something like that. So if you have the kit, I highly recommend that decal set, because like I said, out of the box, there are no decals, and we can't do a model kit without decals. Can you imagine doing one of your aircraft kits with no markings? Just not going to fly. So make sure to pick up one of those. Well worth it. And after I get to that point, however many years down the road, hopefully not that long, and I start using those decals, I will certainly show that off and let you know how that goes. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with this huge thing. And I don't know if you saw the picture, or not the picture, the video I did of unboxing this thing, but want to check the size of the gun barrel out. And it's just huge. And this is a plastic model kit. It's just, I think, let's see. This piece goes here, and then that goes on there. I mean, so this is just absolutely enormous. It's just very cool kit. I've had some arguments recently with people about whether or not this is the largest scale model ever produced. And as a plastic kit in 35th scale, hands down, there is no bigger model in 35th scale. You could argue that some of the 1/6 scale kits, like Dragon's Sherman tank, is larger. And I guess in some ways of thinking, it might be wider or taller or whatever. But when it comes to parts count and plastic in the box, there is nothing that's going to beat a 50-pound box full of plastic with over 3,000 parts in it. This thing is just huge. So anyway, let's see what you guys are up to tonight. Jim, hello to you too, my friend. And Barry, I guess it must be raining down your way. And it hasn't rained up here in weeks. We got a little bit of rain a couple of days ago, not very much, but other than that, it is dry. I've got a pond in my front yard, and it's like, I don't know, 7-8 feet dry. It's down. It's looks terrible. So hopefully you can send some of that rain up our way. We'd appreciate it. And hello to you too, Carlos and Joseph. Yes, I am feeling much better. Oh man, Michael, Quad City Scale Modeler Society. That's if y'all got a pretty big club up that way, it sounds like an interesting club. Hopefully, you guys have a lot of members and lots of models getting built each month. So, and Trey down in Orlando, have you had y'all's have y'all had your show down there yet? The Model Palooza. I can't remember what time of year that show is, but I feel like it was recent. Did you get to go to that? If it was recent, I'm curious how that was. I've got some friends down that way that always talk about that show, but I hadn't heard about it, so maybe it hadn't happened yet. Charlie up in Ohio, nice to see you tonight. And let's see. Oh, look, there's Russ. Hey to you, Dad. And yes, Trey, I am feeling much better. Thank you for that. And my wife, Crystal. Hi, Daddy, from my boys. Yeah, the kids are over in the living room, and I told them, hey, stay out of here. I'm going live. So maybe one of these days they'll come in here and say hey to you guys. They are themselves getting into building models too. And my oldest son, he has the 3D print bug has bit him. So he's got all these things picked out that he wants me to print for him to paint. He's doing Star Wars figures at the moment. So that's kind of what he's really gotten interested in just in the last week or two. So I'm sure I'll be showing you guys some of his figure paint up and build up soon. So that'll be exciting. And Trey, the Dora time, yeah, you need one. I've got more coming in. We've sold them all out at the moment, but I've got another shipment of them coming the week after next. And the shipment is just about sold out, but I'm pretty sure I've got 2 or 3 more that are not spoken for. And then we've already got another shipment being loaded that will be coming to us, I think, maybe in January. So lots of opportunity, but don't wait, because at some point they are going to be done with it. Their other kit, their what is it? Their other howitzer, that super heavy howitzer, maybe an M1, I believe is what it is. That's a cool kit too. And so we got all those in at the same time we got our last shipment of Dora kits, and they sold out really fast. We went back to buy more. They're already done. They sold the whole production run, and they said it's going to be a few years if they ever even do another production run. So, and it's going to be the same situation with the Dora. As soon as they're done, they're going to be done for who knows how long. I think it was about 5 years between this production run and the last one. So I'm sure it'll be several years. So make sure to get one before it's too late. Let's see, the BF109G detail set, Jim. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that goes. We actually just got a shipment of Edward today. Last week I was talking about how I couldn't seem to get anything because customs was holding all of our packages. Well, thankfully the floodgates opened this week, and everything we've been waiting on finally showed up. Our October shipment of Edward, literally we've been waiting on their October releases, and everything's been held up. They finally showed up today, and they actually showed up along with the November releases. So that was crazy how that worked, but I got a lot of good stuff. Let's see, Michael. Yeah, it got really cold down here, and the last couple of days it's been pretty warm here too. But I don't know, where I live, it's like just wait 5 minutes if you don't like the weather, and it'll change. So who knows? I'm sure it'll start getting cold soon though. The mini art stuff, Jim. That's another thing we just finally got our big restock of mini art. Lots of restock stuff. These finally showed up. The new P47D, the 25RE variant, and these went super fast. I'm actually sold out. This one I pulled out because it got a little damaged. So I pulled this to the house and I'm going to do a video on it. But that's an awesome kit. And even though these sold out, and many artists sold out of them now too, they've got their advanced version that's going to be released. They will release it in December. Of course, it'll take a couple of weeks to get to us. So I think we should have those maybe sometime at the beginning of January. So that'll be pretty cool. Um, the Michael was working on an X20. Is that I think um one of the companies, is it Micrometer or Amp Models? One of those, I think they did one of those in plastic recently. If I'm thinking of the same subject that you're talking about, it's a pretty cool little thing. Um, Trey. Okay, so Model was in October. I thought that it was recent. Did you get to go to the show? I'm curious how that was. Back when we lived in Americus down in South Georgia, I used to go to that show every year, but it's a little far now. All right, so y'all got to check this out. Here, come around here, son. My son heard me talking and he came in here, so he wanted to show you this. Let's see. So this is Emmett. Say hey.
Hi.
That's my oldest son, and this is his Darth Maul bust that he's been working on. He just got that painted and his first 1/6 scale figure model. So he's did that, and the bug bit him. So now he wants all sorts of 1/6 scale figures, so he can brush up on his painting skills and yeah, maybe go to some of these contests with me and enter the junior category and have a good time doing that. So that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully, I can get some more things for him done so he can keep on painting. We got to get more kids building models, right? So, all right, let's see. And Jim, yeah, the P47 sold out fast. And the crazy thing is all the pre-orders that we've got going, and we've got a lot of them going right now. Um, a lot of the pre-orders they're just selling out because first of all, the manufacturers are not producing as large a production run as perhaps they once were. And I guess every manufacturer probably has different production run amounts, different production capabilities. I don't know, but more and more, some of the I hate to say smaller manufacturers, but some of the newer up and coming manufacturers, these new kits that are really exciting, they're gone before they even get here. Sore Art, for example, that M1. I mean, we ordered a bunch of them and sold them and went back for more, and they're gone. I mean, they didn't last 2 weeks. And then some of these other manufacturers like Tacom, that's a really good example. Their production runs are not huge. I don't know what they are exactly, but there are several kits that we get from them, and we'll get them in. We'll do the pre-orders. We'll sell them out, and then on the next month, we'll go back to get more, and they're gone. Same thing with Ming. Same thing with a lot of these manufacturers over there. The X Plus, the doing all the figure kits and whatnot, they straight up tell us out of the gate that they're one production run and done. So we get one chance to buy those models. And they actually emailed me earlier today, and we've got to submit our orders for their Marilyn Monroe model. I was supposed to today, but they told me I could give them my final numbers tomorrow, and that's it. However many I order, I won't get any more. So after we sell them, so I guess my point is, some of these kits, if you see something you want, make sure to jump on the pre-order. With us at squadron.com, you can place your pre-order. You don't have to pay up front. And we reserve the kit for you and make sure we get you one. The 200 scale I Love kit, Arleigh Burke class, the USS Curtis Wilbur, that was another one. Our pre-orders, we sold them all out. Now, thankfully, we were able to get some more. Their production was not quite sold out yet, so we've got a second shipment already cooking, but those will be here next week. in the first shipment, they're gone. And speaking of things selling out fast, I just got word this evening that the 48 scale F-35B from Tamiya is going to be here like next week. And with Thanksgiving falling in the middle of the next week, it could be, the beginning of the following week, because the freight companies kind of all freak out when there's a holiday right in the middle of the week. But anyway, we were previously told that it had got pushed back to January, but apparently container shipments did what they were supposed to do in this case. So that was a very nice surprise. So I'll be sending invoices out for pre-orders on those tomorrow. But same thing, I don't know. I'm at the house. I have no idea how many more I have left. I know I have some more left. It's not sold out yet, but that'll be it. I'll get more eventually, but we won't get any more before the end of the year. So, anyway, it's just one of those things. If you see something you want, grab it up while you can, because there's no guarantee that it'll hang around forever. It might, or it might not. There's just no way to tell. Let's see. ICM continues to turn out new kits. Yes, they do. And unfortunately for me, this shipment of ICM is, I said the floodgates broke through with customs, and we've got everything we've been waiting on now as of today, finally, except for our ICM shipment. That I guess the biggest thing we can say on that shipment that I'm waiting on is the Sally. They've been at customs for over 2 weeks now. It's just very aggravating. The good, I guess, if there's any good thing about that, we got a phone call late in the day today from our customs broker guy or whatever, and they were, I guess, trying to finalize clearing it. They needed one more bit of paperwork. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't ask for that 2 weeks ago, but nonetheless, it looks like they are. I was hoping they were going to get it cleared today, but it looks like they'll probably get it cleared tomorrow, or at least I hope. So fingers crossed, maybe we can have it before the weekend. Who knows? But yes, they are continuing to put out a lot of good stuff. The B-26, I may have mentioned this last week, but the B-26, it got pushed back to next year. I think they told us springtime, and the reason is because and this is a good thing. It's bad that it's being pushed back, but the good thing is ICM really does a really good job on their research, and they try their best to make sure the kits are as accurate as possible. And they found some things that they weren't sure about that they wanted to be sure about, and they got in touch with the right people to find the research that they needed, and they're going back and making some changes and correcting some things. So that's the good news about it being pushed back. So once we do get it, it'll be as good as possible. So it'll be a pretty exciting kit. So Russ says P47 Mini Art Basic Kit. Okay, so Russ is in charge of all things importing with MMD and all that. So he's the man to know that. So that's good. So there will be another production run of the basic version. And if you're curious what the difference in the basic and the advanced version is, we've got both of them listed up on the website. Go to squadron.com, and I believe it's on the front page of the website right now. Click on the advanced kit and look through the pictures, and you'll see it. They've just got all sorts of fancy stuff that would usually be considered aftermarket. It's just all in the kit. So and yes, Jim, we will have the trio of the trio, as you call it. We will have their new Tiger One kit. Yes. I don't know when, but I was just told about that today, actually. So we'll have those, and that'll be, as soon as I get the information for it, we'll throw it up in the pre-order section, and we'll go with it that way. So yeah, Airfix. Yeah, I don't get a lot of stuff from Airfix these days. Hopefully that'll change at some point in the near future, because it's certainly a great brand, but I just don't have a close relationship with them at the moment. And in fact, if there are any Airfix kits that you are interested in, make sure to keep an eye on our Black Friday sale section tomorrow. I forgot to update the Black Friday sale section today, so if you missed out on the 1/16th scale sale yesterday, you can still cash in on that tonight. I think a couple things are sold out, but I know there was a couple things left, and they got left in the Black Friday sale today, so check that out. But tomorrow, as soon as I get to the shop, all of our FX kits are going on sale, so make sure to check that out and grab up anything that you've been thinking about, because there'll be really, really good prices on those. So, and yes, Joseph, Master Box, they're well, they have not been hard to get, just like ICM's not been hard to get. But the shipment that I was talking about that's held up in customs, it's not just ICM; it's all of the brands from Ukraine. Um, we get big shipments from there, and they all come together. And so I've got a huge master box restock, but it's sitting at the airport waiting for customs to clear it, just like ICM. I think there's as soon as that shipment gets here, we'll have all the new kits for Master Box, ICM, Micromeer, Dora Wings, new P47. We've got it coming. The Micromeer F13 Junkers transport plane, really cool looking kit. That's coming. I know Master Box has got 2 or 3 new figure sets. ICM's got half a dozen or so, maybe 8 new kits that are all coming. There's all the new res kit stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of brands in there. I forget all of them off the top of my head. We don't get items from every brand from Ukraine on every shipment. Sometimes, Rodin, that's another one that's in there. But all those brands, they come over here together, and but when customs does their thing, it's aggravating. But keep an eye on the site, because all those new kits will be in stock soon, and you will know when I have them, when those new kits stop saying pre-order and they show in stock. And then, of course, there's tons of things that are out of stock that'll be back in stock soon. So, and yes, Jim, that is the P47B from Dora Wings. Those are coming along with the rest of the stuff that we're waiting on. So, and I'm pretty sure I've got some of those left. I don't know how many we've got left, but they're still set as a pre-order on our website right now. So if you want one, grab it up. And they'll, like I said, as soon as customs clears that, they'll be here. Got my catalog, Stuart. So let's see, 700 scale kits. Okay, so that price guide, there were a lot of things that got missed in that price guide by mistake. So any of the 700 scale kits, or actually anything in the catalog, if you're interested to know what the price is because you can't find it in the price guide, or if you want to check and make sure the price hasn't changed, because that price guide is a few months old now, you can type in that SKU number of the item from the catalog, type it into the search field on our website, and it will show you what the current price is. If you type in a SKU number on our website from the catalog and it does not come up, there's a good chance that the kit has sold out and been discontinued at this point. And of course, you can call me during the day while I'm at the shop, and I will be more than happy to look up anything for you and help you figure out what you're looking for. So, and I'm glad to hear you're making progress on the Lexington. If you're asking me if we're making progress on the Blue Ridge kit of the Lexington, yes, we are, but it's just, how new projects go. It's slowly going, but I'm hoping to be able to have something to share with everybody, perhaps after the first of the year. My designer is hard at work at it, and he'll have something to show soon. And if you were commenting that you are making progress on your Lexington, that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Oh, look, there's Lisa. She is our shipping manager at the shop. So good to see you tonight, Lisa. And I will make sure to tell Emmett what you said about his Darth Maul, and I'm sure he'll be up to the warehouse to show it off to everybody at some point soon. So, oh man, that's probably about all I've got to comment on tonight. Like I said, it was It was a good week. The Edward shipment showing up with all those October things was just a really good thing. That was the longest hanging shipment we were waiting on. So Edward's SU-25 kit that came out last month, it was sold out, but we had a few pre-orders drop off by the time we finally got it. So if you were interested in one of those, I do actually, or at least when I left the shop today, did have a few of those left. And they Edward made a book on the SU-25, and I think Edward sells the book along with the kit as like a premium edition of the kit or something. We have the books. We're going to list them on the website separate. So if you picked up one of those kits, or if you're going to pick up one of those kits, be on the lookout for that book. I thumbed through it earlier today. It's a pretty neat book. I think you'll really like that if that's a subject that you are interested in. So that's good. A couple of the other Edward kits, and like I said, I know I'm late to the party on these October Edward kits, so you guys probably already know about all this, but I'm seeing them today for the first time, and they've got their Wildcat that they did, that's been pretty popular. They've got a weekend edition version of that now, and we got those in. So if you're looking for a nice quick weekend kit that Edward likes to do, the Wildcat is a good fit for that now. Uh, what else came in that was interesting? Um, of course, I mentioned the mini art stuff. If you're doing 35th scale vignettes and dioramas and stuff, man, they've got some really cool and interesting figure sets and other things that would really dress up any kind of a vignette or diorama if you're into that kind of thing. So make sure to scroll through our armor section and in 35th scale, click on mini art and just see they've got a lot of things that I don't guess I even realized they had, and until you just see the pictures of them. So uh, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but dude, oh, I know something else that if you're an aircraft guy, decals. We've got a new. It's not a new brand, but it's new for us. It's new for Squadron. We picked up the Lifelike decals from Japan. So they've got a lot of cool stuff in. They do mostly 48, 72, and 32 scale. Lots of good subjects. Lots of Japanese subjects, which is not something we've got a lot of from other brands. And of course, they got some good U.S. and German subjects too. So make sure to check those out. And Zotz decals is back. Zotz is made by a guy down in Mexico called Eli, and he produced decals years ago, but he quit doing them for a while for various reasons. And but he is back, and we've got all of his decals in stock. And he does a lot of really interesting things, lots of good artwork on those. And he did a brand new set. All of his old sets are back, and then he's got a brand new release that's very interesting. And I don't want to try to go from memory on exactly what it is. I forget the gentleman's name, but it is an ace that flew several planes. I think P40, maybe P39. I don't know, 3 or 4 different planes, and the decal set has markings from all of his different planes. And we've got them in 32 and 48 scale. It's a very cool set, so go check that out. And man, we just had so much stuff come in this week. I'm trying to think of all of it, and I know I'm going to forget stuff, but that's just part of it, right? Oh, I will tell you that talking about new things coming in and new shipments showing up. So of course I'm wanting that ICM and the Ukraine shipment to show up, and it'll be here soon enough. But then next week I said that the Curtis Wilbur is going to be here. So if you got one of those pre-orders, you would have got, if you're in the first shipment, you would have got an invoice from me today. And if you did not get an invoice from me today, you will get an invoice from me in a week or two, because the next shipment will be here in about maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So, but coming with that, there's some other new I Love Kit releases. I'm pretty sure the Duck is coming, and that's a really cool looking kit. I didn't send invoices out for that today on the pre-orders because I got to confirm 100% that it is coming next week. But that's going to be a really neat kit. It's a 35th scale duck pulling a little trailer. Very nice kit. So we're excited about that. I told you the F-35Bs are coming. And then the week after next, assuming Customs doesn't pull a fast one on us again, we will have our container that's got all sorts of goodies in it, including our new inaction book on the Devastator. We will have those books finally. We will have, and this is another one that I know I'm late on the party on, but the Magic Factory Corsair kit. We will finally have ours, and it's a really neat looking kit. It's bad that I'm late on them, but the good thing is, after getting all of our final costs and shipping costs and everything, it actually ends up we're going to be able to sell it for cheaper than I originally thought. So we have adjusted everybody's pre-orders to the new lower price, and we have changed the price on the website. So if you already pre-ordered one from us, don't worry, I got you covered. We're going to charge you the lower price, and if you haven't ordered one yet, we've got some available, and that new lower price might be attractive to you. So check that out. Those are on that shipment. Oh, this one is on that shipment. I got an early copy from Amusing Hobby, but the Abrams X. This is, if you don't know what this is, and I don't know too much about it, but this is basically the next generation of the U.S. main battle tank that will, if things go according to how they're hoping and all that. I think, in the next however many years, these are supposed to replace all the Abrams. So they've got this in 35th scale, and they're coming. Like I said, we should have them week after next, and it's a pretty neat kit. We've got them up for pre-order. I'll be going through this one in the next few days and putting a what's in the box video up, so you can check that out and see what that's all about. Amusing Hobbies got a couple other kits. There's just a lot of stuff. I looked in our pre-order section earlier today. I've got over 150 items in the pre-order section, and I would say half of them are going to be in our building within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So there's just a heck of a lot of new stuff coming out. So make sure to scroll through the pre-order section. Don't miss out on some of this stuff. Some things may hang around forever, but some things like that M1 that I keep going back to, the super heavy howitzer, they might be gone forever. So grab those up while you can. The oh I keep remembering things. There's so many new things coming out. The Hobby Boss 48 scale B24 J. That is probably one of, if not my favorite, World War II aircraft. So I'm pretty excited about the kit, and the 32 scale version of the Hobby Boss kit. It's been done a long time, and there's been many reviews, and everybody knows all the problems with it. The wings, just all the things. From what I have been told, I've not seen the pictures yet, but from what I have been told, Hobby Boss, have corrected all of those issues in this 48 scale version. So that's exciting to me. I was probably going to build several of them anyway, but the more accurate it can be, the better, right? So if that has been a concern of yours, just know that apparently they listened to everybody. They went back to the drawing board, fixed those problems, and I'm hoping to be able to have one of those kits soon to do a video on, show off, look at it myself, and of course, as soon as they release the 3D images and pictures of the sprues and all that stuff, I'll have those put up on the website as soon as possible. And because I'm such a big fan of the B24, and I don't know how many, and I don't want to talk too much about it yet, but we've got a lot of decal sets in the works that are going to be for that kit. Back when we first bought Squadron a couple of years ago, of course, Squadron owned, and well, we own all of the old Aeromaster and Eagle Strike and Super Scale decals. And there's hundreds and hundreds of decal sets that we own the artwork to. And some of those old sets are quite old and dated, and in particular, the nose art on them for B24s specifically are quite dated and not very good at all. But I when I sold Free Time Hobbies and got into the graphics business for a little while, um, I got really good at that. And a couple of my now friends that work with me in that graphics business, they got really good at that. And we, ever since we started 2 years ago, we have been quietly in the background redrawing all of those old nose arts for the World War II bombers, specifically B-24s, B-17s, B-29s, and several others. But I was getting all that redrawn, hoping that one day we would be sitting here looking at an announcement of a brand new 48 scale B24. And thankfully, that time is now. So we've got all sorts of very nice looking nose art, pinup style, cartoon style, all of them. And when Hobby Boss made this official announcement a couple of weeks ago, we put things into motion to start getting those artworks prepared for potentially printing them. So it is a lot of different artwork. So what I may do is I might get it all ready and I might throw it up on the website and kind of gauge interest, because we don't need to print hundreds or thousands of different sheets that nobody's interested in. So we will we'll see how that goes. But we got a lot of interesting things. So I've got high hopes for this Hobby Boss kit. Personally, for myself, I'm excited. I've got a couple of the old monogram kits, and they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But fast forward to today's technology and the way that these new manufacturers are able to make just really, really nice kits, the molding technology, the fine detail. And just imagine what Edward's going to do with their photo etch. Imagine what Res Kit's going to do with upgraded parts, CM, all these companies that are doing these 3D things and photo etch things, and the Yahoo instrument panels, just all these different brands that we have. I'm hoping they go to town on fancy things to outfit this kit, and it might end up costing all of us a ton of money, but we can have us a very nice bomber at the end of the day, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So anyway, so be on the lookout for that. I hope to start showing off some of the proposed decal sets, I hope in a couple of weeks, and see what you guys think. And if there's enough interest, of course, we'll go. There's a few of them that I'm absolutely going to go forward with, because I know they'll be popular, and I know that I want those for myself, for my builds. But we've got way more available, so I don't know. We might do a. We're thinking about doing like a what would you call it? I don't know what you call it, like a combo set. It's like, pick your nose art kind of thing. And then because we've got all of our 48 scale bomber sets for your stars and all the generic things that would have been used on everything. So we might come up with some creative ways to package them to be able to have more options for people. So we'll see. Um, and Jim, I'll go back and answer a couple of your last questions, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Is it difficult or expensive to order from UK? You know, I will answer your question, but I will expand your question to, is it expensive to order from anywhere? Because the answer to your question pretty much lies in the fact that shipping is expensive. If it weren't for shipping, regardless of where it comes from, these kits would be so much less expensive. Um, and I mean, you can, we had a customer the other day, and I felt really bad for him because he ordered the wrong kit. Um, he ordered, it was a big 200 skill ship model, and he ordered it, got it, realized he already had that when he meant to order the sister ship, so he wanted to swap it. Well, of course, we offer free shipping on orders over $100. Well, you know good and well that that's not really free. We just, we pay for it. We build it into our prices, and it's just part of what we do for you. Well, this gentleman, I told him that I would swap the kit for him at no charge, other than he needed to pay to have the kit shipped back to me. And because the kits were the same price, so I said, if you'll pay to ship the kit back, I will replace it and ship you the other kit. So he went down to his local post office. I forget if it was post office or UPS, but and he shipped it back to me. Well, it came in and it had the label printed on it, and I called him. I felt so bad. I didn't even make him pay for me to ship him the new kit. I should have, but he paid $98 to ship that kit back to us. And he was, I don't remember where he was. He was just a few states over. And so it's just, and of course, as a business, we ship a lot of stuff, so we get discounted rates. But still, it's going to cost us a lot of money. It's not going to cost 98, but it's going to cost a lot to ship it. But my point in saying that, when it costs $98 to ship a kit a few states over, imagine how much it cost us to get it from the other side of the world to here. And specifically with UK, we can't exactly just load a container ship in UK. You got to get it out of there. You got to get it to the port or to the airport, or whatever method we're using. So whether it's coming from UK, whether it's coming from China or Japan, or wherever it's coming from. And when I say Ukraine, I mean the Ukraine stuff is what I was talking about a second ago, because we got to get those out of there. Of course, the UK, there's ports there. But regardless of where it's coming from, it's just expensive as rip anymore to ship this stuff, and that's really a large factor in when kits get priced. And a lot of guys in other countries, if you go shopping on websites in other countries, looking for kits made in the U.S., for example, like Atlantis kits, they got the same problem when they get kits shipped over there that we make here, whether it's Atlantis or I don't know, whoever else. We don't have very many here, unfortunately. Those guys have the same problem getting kits shipped over there. But it's part of it, and it's unfortunate, but that's what we do, because we got to keep adding to the stash, right? And yeah, HK 48 scale A20 would be very cool. That would be very cool. I've got a copy of HK's. I thought we were supposed to keep this a secret, but I've had a few customers email, and apparently HK has been letting the cat out of the bag a little bit, but they've got a new version of their B25 in 48 scale. The gun nose and the strafer version, and the other one, the two different gun nose versions. And I've got a copy of those here that I'm supposed to be showing off soon. So those are pretty neat. I think those are supposed to be coming in. They say January, but that means February or March for us. So those will be cool. So HK's doing some really nice stuff, and I'm sure that it's just a matter of time before they do a 48 scale version of that, because I think their 32 scale version was a nice hit. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm going to say good night, and I'm going to hope that we get to the shop in the morning and hear that Customs has cleared our package, so I can get all of the Sallies out to you guys and all the other goodies that are waiting in those boxes. If you need anything, please call me or email me. I'm more than happy to help you. And just stay tuned to the website at squadron.com. It's as I always say, it's a great time to be a modeler, because there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Too much to keep up with right now, it seems, but Lots of choices, no matter what your subject matter um, area of interest is. Lots of choices. So um, stay in tune and let me know if I can do anything for you. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm hoping next week that we can do the show that I was referring to earlier with my guest on here. I'll find out about that and let you guys know. And if that doesn't work out, then perhaps you'll see me sitting in the same chair next week. But anyway, y'all have a good evening and a great rest of your week. And until next time, y'all take it easy. Have a good evening.